Two iconic popular figures passed away over this last weekend. One was from the world of sports, the other entertainment, and I would be surprised if you didn't recognize both of their names. Bill Russell passed away at the age of 88. Although he was before my time, as a sports fan and a basketball fan, I knew he was one of the all-time greats. His accomplishments and accolades on the basketball court as an undersized center are mind-boggling, honestly. No one will ever match his remarkable career numbers in team sports. He was a two-time NCAA champion, an Olympic gold medal winner, and as a professional, he went to the NBA Finals 12 out of his 13 years playing, winning 11 NBA championships. However, in his passing, what many people were remembering him for was being a pioneer and a voice for civil rights. He was the first black coach in the NBA in 1966, and really the first black coach of any professional sports team. He was a trailblazer who faced tremendous prejudice and hatred in paving the way for minority athletes and coaches who would follow in his footsteps. The other name may not be as familiar, Nichelle Nichols, who died at the age of 89. You might know her as Lieutenant Uhura from the Star Trek TV series of the late 60s. I watched this show religiously as a child on the Superstation and had a little bit of a crush on Lieutenant Uhura. Nichols was a trailblazer as well, sharing one of the television's first interracial kisses with William Shatner, as well as playing a prominent TV role as a black woman, which was very rare at that time. Yet with all their professional success and accolades, both Russell and Nichols are most fondly remembered for breaking down barriers. I find this both worth celebrating and a challenge worth examining. As a Christ follower, all I can think of when I hear breaking down barriers is what the Apostle Paul said in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14. For he, Jesus, himself is our peace, who has made the two groups one and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility. Jesus is the first and greatest barrier destroyer. Through the cross, he destroyed the wall of hostility between us and God and then us and one another. Galatians 3:8 declares that ethnic reconciliation was and is essential to the gospel. So here's my question. When it comes to issues of race, who should blaze trails, destroy division, and influence culture the most? The answer is the church, not the sports world, and certainly not Hollywood. People who bear the name of Jesus should lead the way in areas of righteousness, justice, and mercy. We should influence the world around us to be more compassionate, kind, and loving to people everywhere. This is not to say that the church at large is not doing these things. I know many churches that are personally. But I believe if the church was more broadly being transformed by the gospel, we would see culture astounded and culture attracted to the ways we were loving each other well. We'd be blazing trails that cause people to notice the power of the gospel. We'd see more ethnic reconciliation, which would lead to more unity in diversity. We'd see more communities coming together. We'd see more compassion for people and more needs being met. We'd see more lives being surrendered to Jesus because we would look more like Jesus. We'd see more churches looking like the church is supposed to look. This is what I want to see. Don't you? I know you do. As believers in Jesus, this must be our heart. He led the way. He blazed the trail. He carried his cross first. Now we daily pick up ours, and we love others as he first loved us. The church should be the most diverse, unified, reconciled place on earth. It wasn't Star Trek that told us to boldly go where no one else had gone before first. It was Jesus. Go into all the nations, go where others are not willing to go, to do what others are not willing to do, and I will be with you always to the ends of the earth.